What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special Kind of Funny Games Cast Cross What's Good Games podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg from Kind of Funny. This is Tim from Kind of Funny.
Andrea.
Oh, yes. Jesus God.
No, I have mine too. Don't exclude me,
sorry,
Tim Gettys. My
Let's
Smash friend. My Resident Evil friend.
Now, real quick, so hold on. Don't. Yeah, there's into it. There's go do it. Fine. Cheers.
I'm laughing. I can't.
Yeah, you need to chill, and you need to also clean up your station.
Why, Tim? Why?
Over here is What's Good Games.
We got Spiller
Andrea,
McSpillerson.
Britt, Steimer. You might say, why did everybody just do a shot of Fernet? It's because Steimer won the live. We're recording this right after the XO18 Inside Xbox. 2 hours of Xbox announcements. Christine Steimer won the bet. She said there would be no new Xbox exclusive IP announced. Everybody else said yes.
And,
so they're all
to clarify, that means like a first party, like an owned studio.
Even without it, I mean, there was just no exclusive. There was no exclusive
that's
Xbox.
True. It was only,
everything's like console launch exclusives. You nailed it either way.
Yeah.
So
how good I am.
John Drake had done the Fernet tip in the middle of it, so we all did Fernet and hated it. So then that's what the bets were deciding, and so everyone is very drunk. And even though I lost that bet, I didn't drink it. But Tim did spill Fernet all into my bourbon. So when I sipped the bourbon, I got a bourbon Fernet mashup.
Now, here's the thing.
It's more medicinal bourbon.
Even though it's you love bourbon. It's
I
like a
want her
minty
to
bourbon.
take credit.
Try it.
Smell.
I didn't spill. We spilled. We spilled, okay?
This was a joint effort of spilling.
And if you want us to take more shots of Fernet, go to kindoffunny.com/extra life.
They gotta.
And if you donate $415,
not $4.15.
I'll take a shot. Who else will?
I have half a shot here.
$415.
I
will take another shot.
I need
for
some
$4.15.
pizza before I can take another shot. I might die.
$415. Yes.
As I was saying, we watched the
Tomorrow is
XO18 Inside Xbox 2-hour presentation from Mexico City. This is a special Kind of Funny Games cast / What's Good Games podcast.
It's
where we're
kind of
going
good.
to recap all the information. It's kind of good. It's the other one. What's funny? That's the other one.
I think
I was stuck.
I'm still fighting for
like
What's Good Games, where the games is from Kind of Funny
That's
Games.
just their branding.
That's just all of us. I mean, which is
take the
fine.
branding.
We can do
We'll
it the
take
other
it.
way. It could be Kind of Funny Games, where the games is yours.
No.
We have a great icon in our games logo, though.
Oh, we don't?
We do.
You ever
No.
see the smiley face? It's got but it's got a D-pad.
And there's
great.
eyes.
It's got a deep.
Actually, asking me if I've ever seen the smiley face?
Put it out
How
there.
dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you?
So for 2 hours, Xbox down in Mexico City made a bunch of announcements. We're going to talk about them now and give you a recap in case you missed it. If you are wondering, is this the most professional, most detailed synopsis you could ever get? The short answer is no. I'd go to an IGN or a GameSpot. Is this one going to be entertaining and interesting? Yes.
Maybe.
Up until right before we went live on this, Steimer thought that was a corgi. So that's where we're at right now.
I feel like we need to count the bottles on
Where
this
did
desk.
it come
1, 2,
from?
3, 4, 5. 5 bottles of alcohol on this desk.
If you are listening on podcast and have ever desired to look at this on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames,
Where can they go?
I would highly recommend seeing the shenanigans that's happening.
Yeah.
If someone in the chat wants to do a before and after photo,
No,
that would
please,
be,
God.
that would be lovely.
I'm going to be like sweaty as
Are
fuck.
we Xbox experts, Greg?
No. Who is?
Are we alcoholics?
I'm drinking your
I mean,
water.
I don't want to
Greg.
answer that question either.
That
I don't
seems
answer.
like a
answer
bit
is
of a
maybe.
loaded question.
So,
Strong maybe.
Welcome to the
I think
stream.
it's a maybe and a maybe.
I think we need to do this more often.
Yes.
This is
Oh
fun.
yeah,
that
you guys
for
are when you guys
sure.
are up here to do what's good. You're
No.
here in and out so fast.
We
I
are.
wanna
I'm always
fly up
telling.
here
We're like
for shit.
ninjas.
I'm always telling Andrea, hey, just take over
Smash
Games
Rex.
Daily. Just take over Games
wanted
Daily.
to be
Do
there
what's
with
good
you.
Games Daily.
Tim and I are like
Yes.
the same person.
I know.
We've talked about this.
Bringing the hype, baby.
The
I
hype.
love it. I'm
the
all
hype.
about it.
Oh my God.
RE2,
They are
let's
hype
do it.
men.
I'm realizing in this moment that I have failed us.
Why?
No, you haven't.
I
Stop
was supposed to bring the That's What She Said pillow to the shoot, and I
You were supposed to.
Kevin,
Yeah,
can
yeah, I
you
failed
Google
this.
That's What She Said pillow and then just toss it up on the screen
We
behind
have
us?
a That's What She Said pillow at teespring.com/stores/what's good games if you would like to buy our proprietary That's What She
Jesus.
Said pillow that includes the custom icon within the D. Winky face.
I love that Andrea is so strong after so much alcohol.
Real quick,
She's like,
was the-
here's
was the-
everything you need to know. I'm not going to stutter. This is it.
Was the Tim Gettys Jesus there
That's
because
it.
the URL?
That's it, Kevin.
No,
Kevin got it.
Jesus was because, Kevin, please bring this up.
There it is. There it is.
I had a very, very different image of what this pillow looked like.
Oh.
That's what she
She
said.
said
Pillow?
in the D.
But
Look
it's
up, look up
Yeah.
anime pillow.
No, don't do it,
no,
Kevin.
no. It's not an anime pillow.
Thank
I got
you.
you.
They,
I got you.
See, you know
You
what's
and
funny?
I.
What's funny about this?
What's that? What's funny about
I
this?
love Andrea in the middle here, representing. It's the half and half. You know what I mean? It's
right.
great.
We need her.
Half kind of funny, half what's good.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't understand. Now I do. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was very
No,
lost.
she's in the middle. She's in the middle there.
Yeah.
She is half and half.
Yeah. we need
Zyger,
it.
you're correct
Zyger.
that we should have a what'sgoodgames.com/store or /merch link.
Yeah.
We will fix that immediately
Yes.
after the show.
I'm
What do
writing
you
an
mean?
email
We
to
don't have
myself. Listen, Simon, I don't hear your sass. It's
Don't
fine.
start. Don't start.
Anyways,
this,
for
Summer.
2 hours, Xbox talked about Xbox stuff. Let's start at the top. PUBG is coming to Xbox Game
Hold on,
Pass.
before this,
It is.
Jesus fucking Christ.
we should talk about her what we thought.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Overall.
All right. Overall, Tim, what'd you think?
I honestly was fairly impressed by the presentation,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like they didn't bring what?
Game.
I love you.
Like
Kevin
an
was
exclusive
the one who
game,
was
like a new
laughing.
thing.
Was not the only one. She was
I get it.
visually laughing, audibly laughing. It was like a one-for-one thing
We
here.
appreciate the
You know what I
effort.
mean?
What is
but
it you wanted, Tim?
I wanted
me what you want,
a
what
bit
you really,
more.
really want.
I expected a lot.
You expected a
given-
lot
Yes.
for a fan conference? You were thinking PSX year one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that bar is so high, right?
They
No.
hyped it this way. They did. This
I
was
know
their bag.
you need to not
Wait,
do
did
that.
they hype it
I
this
don't
way?
think- I
They
don't
did.
think
I
did.
feel honestly,
Bullshit,
I had
they
a great
did,
time with
guys.
the group, and
Me
that's
too.
part of it. I had a great time watching the stream. I feel like they packaged this the right way from the beginning. They were like, "Hey, we're doing this thing, and it's gonna be PUBG is gonna be this. It's not
And
gonna."
I
be
agree with you. But they still needed a oh fuck moment that PSX brings. And
Yeah.
they didn't do that
Matt
here.
came out and talked about Devil May Cry 5.
They bought Obsidian.
That's
And they had Obsidian at the end, yeah.
The Obsidian
Thanks, Jason Schreier, for
Yes,
ruining fun things.
When Jason
Kidding, I'm
Schreier
kidding,
reported
Jason, I
on
love
that, he said it was 90% completed of a deal. The In Exile deal was the one that we were not
Jason
expecting.
Schreier always ruining the get hype moments.
But
of
no,
not a
video
get hype
games.
moment,
here's the
though.
thing.
That's
Jason
not a get hype
Schreier
moment. That's
also-
not.
What? Why not?
That's not for,
Because
he's not
that's a
ruining
big
everybody's
deal.
moment.
I was
Most people
joking.
don't read
no.
that.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. That
This
seemed like a dig
conference-
at Kotaku, which is not.
No, you're right. You're right.
This conference to me was way more than I expected from a presentation. I
It's all for the big, beautiful kids, ladies and
going into
gentlemen.
that sentence. From a presentation standpoint, this was way more than I expected. I expected a desk and people talking the
Yeah.
entire time, doing dev diaries and
Yeah.
commentary on gameplay and all that. It was way more than that. But when you look at the announcements, there wasn't much.
No.
And that makes
No.
me very sad because this was exactly what they said it was going to be, except it wasn't the hype that they said they were going to bring.
Okay.
You
They
cannot.
didn't say they were gonna bring
They,
hype, man.
they literally did.
The biggest inside Xbox
So
ever
what
is
did
what they
Major
said.
Nelson tweet before
Major
this, right?
Nelson tweeted
Major
before
Nelson
this
fucked
saying
it up.
it's not E3, but almost.
Oh, okay,
Which
yeah,
is
that's
why,
too much.
like,
you
All
do
right,
that
I
out
take
there.
it back. That's too much hype.
Did he actually say that?
Yes.
No, before we recorded this or started doing this, Tim talked about this. I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
It's a whole thing.
We all
no,
are.
but really,
I just
Alright.
retweeted
But legit.
B-Mud Wet Dirt 28 on Twitter, who did the before and after, where we're very professional in the first frame and then surrounded by empty liquor bottles in the second frame.
It's true. We did nothing but drink during this. We are hype people.
I love it. I'm all about the
We
hype.
are,
hype
we are the
This
hype
did
people.
not
I bring it down.
the hype
Not at all. Nothing
And
got
honestly-
my panties in a twisted bundle.
And me neither.
No.
Me neither.
Right?
We look at PSX.
Your
and
MeUndies in a
PSX,
twisted bundle?
even the bad PSXs, quote
miss you.
unquote, right?
Yeah.
Bad PSX last year
That was
Quote, unquote,
gave
yes.
us Medieval. It gave us something
Yeah.
that people are like, all right, you're gonna
Gave you an
keep-
hour of
you're
Greg
gonna-
Miller on stage.
And then-
And just think about
Yeah.
this and ID changes, but we won't talk about that. It's fine.
Well, it was the tease. Then you look a year back, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, what do you give it? Oh, there's still, was it a year? I might be wrong about this, but there was.
It's hard
there
to know
was
with this
Final
much
Fantasy
alcohol in our
VII
veins.
remake
That was not last year.
footage 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There was that.
Right.
Did it end great? No. It
No.
ended on Paragon. I'm sorry. R.I.P.
Rip in peace.
But
Yeah.
they showed a lot at that conference.
Yeah.
And then the one after that, it was Last of Us Part 2.
So I feel like this was Microsoft's and Xbox's time to shine. There's no PSX this year, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
They could have stolen a lot of thunder here.
100%.
The problem is everything is so new. Like they just bought all those studios. They just bought these
Right.
other two. What the fuck are
But
they
you know
gonna
what's
show?
not new? Gears of War and Halo.
Oh yeah,
You
no Gears
can't
of
do
War.
that here. I mean, you
Yes,
can.
they can.
You
Yes,
should.
you
They did
should.
Last of Us Part 2 at PSX.
Yeah.
The idea that they're having a fan fest and the number one Xbox franchise is Halo, and they did nothing
But
Halo
they
related.
need it for E3.
No,
No,
fuck that.
fucking 3.
No, but I'm
This-
saying
no.
they do.
This is what's important.
Because all this shit's not going to be ready then. And so, like, that's why they're saving it. They're like, we need to make sure we got that ace in our hole for, like, E3
I feel like
time.
that's
that's a big slap
It's
in
not
the face
bullshit.
to fail.
It's
bullshit.
the business strategy.
No. Business strategy is, Xbox One, we're winding out. They're in the Wii U phase. We've been saying it for years.
Wow.
We're here now.
Yeah.
Xbox One
Yeah,
is in its
I
Wii U
wouldn't say
phase.
I don't think it's
Check
Wii
it
U
out,
phase.
check
No,
it
no,
out.
no.
Okay.
Hear me out, hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm with you.
They're in the Wii U phase of look.
We've lost.
We've lost. We're taking
Right.
in these new studios.
Yes.
We're planning for the future. Believe in us.
I think they're in the
We-
PS3 phase.
We
but
know
yes.
this. No, but it's the Wii U phase.
PS3 closed the
really.
gap though, right? I mean, PS3 had enough exclusives,
Eventually.
and yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I'm not saying like in the moment.
At the end of the day, PS3 won in terms of console sales, in terms of.
Goddamn Kevin Coelho over there.
But that's
favorite
worldwide.
PETA gallery ever.
That's the worldwide that we're looking at.
Also,
When-
I can't read this. Who could read this?
Don't ignore it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't ignore
No, just zoom in. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. No, zoom. There we go.
What I'm saying
Yeah.
is
we go.
Nintendo with the Wii U
Yes.
had some of the best first-party games they've ever put out on the Wii U, and everyone hated the Wii U because they didn't have everything else. Now they put out the Switch, they ported all those games,
Yeah.
and it's great, and everyone's winning. Look at Xbox.
Is everyone winning? They're putting all these games on 3DS. I can't play on my Switch.
No, but like,
Oh,
we're
okay,
looking at
Luigi
the wrong
Mansion
way.
does not count.
Listen, Linda.
Wow. I don't want to be called Linda.
I mean, but you know,
I do know.
means
I do know.
beautiful
I
and
do
pretty
know.
in
I do
Spanish.
know. I do know.
my point is, they could have brought something that was exciting to Tim's perspective. Sorry, that's the foil from the Chantal bottle. No, the mum bottle. I'm trying to keep it together, Britt. Hold it together. You can do it. I believe in you.
It's fine.
Okay, this is fine.
The fact that they didn't have any Halo or any Gears, I think they easily could have done a Gears
tease at the end, right?
Oh
hey,
my God.
we end on here's the new studios. Here's what they're
Kate.
working on, and hey, our one more thing is just a short thing of whatever. Some more
Even if it
Gears
was like a
footage.
30 or 60 second
Yeah.
logo,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I mean,
tease that wasn't even like real gameplay or
fact-
something new, it would have been a good get hype moment.
The fact that we all got drunk during this, I think,
It was a little bit of a mistake, but
We had a fun party. It was a fun party
was
atmosphere.
Not for
super
me.
fun.
Not for you. You didn't have fun, or you just didn't like the Fernet?
Oh no! Me getting drunk doesn't mean anything.
Anyways, they started with announcing a PUBG new trailer,
yes,
not the
yes.
E3 trailer.
Thank you.
It's coming to Xbox Game Pass on November 12th.
which makes sense.
Then they made the announcement that if you join Game Pass today, you get a month for the first month for $1.
$1.
Then they rolled out Void Bastards. This is a new game, and I'm going to read from the press release. It's inspired by BioShock and System Shock 2 and led by Irrational Games co-founder Jonathan Shea.
Yes.
Void Bastards is a revolutionary new strategy shooter that will test your wits as well as exercise your aim. Cool art style, right? I thought the art style
Yeah,
looked cool. Like
me
I think
too.
you kind of nailed it. Of like, oh, I'm watching it. I like the art style. The action looks good, and then it was like the strategy planning
The
stuff. And I
strategy
was like,
stuff didn't look good. It looked like a mobile game,
Yeah.
and the visuals looked like Image Comics come to life.
Yeah.
Which is funny that I said
Yeah,
that
that
because
shit
later
is
Later, there was a
right?
different Image Comics game,
Yeah, yeah.
an actual
Thief of
Image
Thieves.
Comic game,
which
and it
looks
also
fucking good.
Looks great.
And that's the thing where it's like, okay, cool. They're nailing the art style, and the gameplay looks like it feeds into what I expect from that.
Yeah.
Whereas this game, what was it called? Void Bastards.
Void Bastards.
Void
Yeah.
Look at-
Bastards. I wasn't super hyped for that.
All I need to say is, I feel
that
like
was
the
whatever.
name explains what it's going to be. It's,
Does
hey,
it?
look, we're
Does
try
it?
hard. And
Oh, shit.
we are
Damn.
trying hard to be something that appeals to the mainstream with the action side, but also the hardcore with the strategy side. And at the end, it's going to end up being nothing.
I think trying to lean into the legacy of BioShock and System Shock is not the right call,
volumes.
because this game stylistically doesn't look anything like those games. And from an art style perspective only, I mean, it looks like something that is could have really good potential to create its own unique audience. But I don't know what this game plays like, most importantly. And so the idea that you're getting a BioShock style game with this, shaded cell art style is kind of like, I don't know how to feel about it. And maybe it's because obviously I haven't played it yet, but
That would be part of it.
obviously.
I mean, look, it's
know.
inconsequential.
What's
Am I wrong saying
No,
that?
you're not.
I mean, it's an interesting thing if you're a BioShock or System Shock fan, right? Okay, the director of those games is coming over and doing that. But yeah, it's not like moving the needle. I think it speaks to a very specific audience. The problem
is when you're dropping those names and you're saying those things and then you show that trailer, it's saying something. It's saying something that we've seen before with, I would say, David Jaffe, Drawn to Life. It's like that level of like,
that's an interesting comparison.
There are some legendary people that have done legendary things and they're doing this now.
What was like?
Are you interested?
I'm not.
That horror game.
The art style has me not interested, quite frankly.
And I mean, like, it's more the description, right? The press release reads, forget everything you know about first-person shooters. Void Bastards asks you to take charge, not just point your gun and fire. And I'm like, your task is to lead the ragtag Void Bastards out of the Sargasso Nebula. You make the decisions, where to go, what to do, and who to fight. And then you must carry out that strategy in the face of strange and terrible enemies.
Sounds like Borderlands.
Nah, Borderlands sounds like a lot of fun.
Warren Pulaski says the game looked great visually, but also boring, and that's exactly what I'm
that's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a console launch exclusive. Is listed for early 2019 on PC and Xbox One. Up next was Crackdown 3.
Yes!
Terry Crews. Christine went crazy. That's the only Crackdown fan anywhere.
I fucking love Crackdown. I want to destroy everything.
But
all
has
the
constant delays and weird messaging?
It has worried me.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Just making sure.
That game is a 7 out of 10. And if you're down for that,
don't fucking fight me.
No, talk though.
Whoa.
I mean,
No, I agree.
Michael Huber will say that is okay. Swimming in sevens, like sevens can be fun.
Swimming in sevens.
That's
Sevens can be fun. Sevens can be something you're excited for.
Yeah.
But like this game cannot be better than a 7. I don't believe it.
I don't rate games anymore, so I don't give a shit. But
what's the highest you think Crackdown?
what was that look for?
Highest 9. Highest.
Bullshit.
No,
Greg,
I do.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk.
I'm sorry, have you been to Metacritic lately?
Wait,
like, yes.
what?
I think the highest it's going to get is a 9. Obviously, this is not like a 10 out of 10 caliber game. I'm sorry, Xbox fanboys. It's not.
No.
But
But
it could be a 9.
I do think that it could be if they.
So hold on. Put more parameters on her because I think that's where Tim's getting carried
Came
away.
over.
Where do you think
Crackdown's the definition of swinging
out of an
sevens.
IGN,
But I
GameSpot, who else still gives numbers? That's a big.com. What do you think it's? I think highest it's going to get is an 8.
I think if they
8.5?
can nail
Yeah, 8.
the environmental destruction the way that they say Azure is going to do it across multiple platforms, right? Like if they actually make good on that claim that we saw today, the idea that like when you collapse a building, it's going to look the same whether you're playing on an Xbox One S or you're playing on a PC.
Who cares? We just looked at it and it didn't look good.
Wow, fuck you.
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
no, I mean, like, yeah, kind of. Like,
Did you think it looked really fun?
No.
I think it, yes.
Thank
I
you,
think,
Britt.
yes.
Britt, can I talk to you back here?
Wow.
I feel like you and me agree on a lot of things, and like if you want to split off and start our own Patreon, we can just do it. Nobody else has to argue a lot.
I'm so fucking like, I can't fucking
Play
hear
normal.
you.
Play normal.
Note that he
She's like,
took
wait,
his
can I
microphone
join
with
What's
him.
Good Games?
Patreon.com/argue all the time. That's you guys.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's good.
Nothing about the game spoke to me. Nothing about that was like, this is going to be a 9 out of 10.
I want
game.
everybody to have fun with it and enjoy it, but
Yeah,
I'm in Britt's camp. We're like, fine.
Andrea,
Yes.
this is a Kind of Funny Games daily bet right
wow.
now.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Oh
Okay.
no. What are we
Okay.
betting though?
Crackdown
What's
3.
on the table? What's on the table?
Crackdown 3 will not deserve. Well, sorry.
What is what?
Will not be nominated for Game of the Year 2019.
Will not earn.
Will not
I mean,
earn.
obviously not.
Will
Come
not
on.
earn
Get out of
Will
here.
not earn.
Love me.
a
Just
love me.
single
I always love you.
9 out of 10 from any site on Metacritic.
Metacritic is full of
not
stuff though.
Let him go. Let him hang himself. Let him go.
Okay.
Will not
Okay,
get a
great.
9 out of 10. Not get
From
a 9 out of 10
any
from
Metacritic
anybody.
listed site.
All right.
That's
I can-
that's a wide net.
Hold on. I mean, I'll still say that. I'll still, whatever the bet
We're
is,
not
I'll
talking
still,
about
I'll live by
user. We're
that.
talking about
Yeah,
critic.
no. He's talking about. I know.
I
He's
mean,
talking about.
what I mean is, to be real,
What
it
do you
will
mean?
not get a single 9 out of 10 from any site that is listed in the Reset Era thread of reviews for the game.
In the reset?
What are we betting?
Whatever you want.
Oh, somebody.
Well, then.
1 month of Shandown Wine Club.
Yes.
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 Perfect.
Yeah.
Wine.
I
Give
accept
us
your
wine.
bet. If you lose, you pay for my next Shandong wine shipment. If I lose, what would you like?
Same thing for Gia.
You got it.
Hey, where's our pizza?
Yeah, great question. Why do we have bad pizza luck? We've been cursed.
So hungry.
Should I call them?
Yes, it's been forever. Anyways, Crackdown 3 is now, the release date's moved up. February 15th, the day
Not
after
moved
Valentine's
up.
Day.
Remember, Greg, we just talked about this on Games Daily. I know you were in Los
wasn't there, I
Angeles,
wasn't there. I apologize.
like smacking whatever with your glasses on, this weird plastic suit on that
Sure.
Walking Dead set.
That's what I did, yeah.
Plastic
Yeah,
suit?
shit happened on that set. Shit went down.
It got weird. It got real. But what did you talk about? I'm
It
honestly
was
not familiar.
moved up.
For the third time.
I thought it was on the 22nd, no?
For the third time,
It
Capitalist
was.
Pig wrote into your rung to be like, yo, we've talked about this. It's only February 2019.
But that was
it
wrong.
It never had a date.
It did.
No,
We
it
looked
didn't.
into this. Game Informer. They gave the fucking thing. It was adding
Tony,
3. They
Tim,
said the 22nd.
No, Tim, you're wrong. Tim,
I'm
please.
not.
No, Tim, you're wrong.
Microsoft tweeted out
Tim,
February
remember the thing
22nd.
with
Tim,
us?
you're wrong. We literally
The
talked about
positive?
this on
No,
Kind of Funny Games
Hey,
Daily.
look, the chat's about to tell you. Look,
That
it
Tim
was
is right.
the
Tim's
22nd.
right.
Tim is wrong.
Tim's right.
No,
Oh,
it
Tim.
was.
It did have a
Everyone
date.
talked
Pig
about
It
this.
was the
corrected you.
22nd.
No, we didn't.
Oh my
Tim
god.
is right. Tim
I
is
was
right.
right.
People are saying Tim
I
is
was
right.
right. We looked into it.
No, but then
and
they
proved me
deleted
right.
it. They deleted it, Tim.
They changed it.
Going
Yeah.
No, they didn't change it. They deleted
Microsoft
it.
tweeted it and then deleted their tweets.
Right.
Months later.
February 2019 was the release
No,
date.
February 22nd was the release date.
Okay, I think we're talking around each other. Let me be clear. The confirmed release date prior to today was February
I'm trying to
2019.
No.
Hold on. Previously, Microsoft had tweeted a specific release date and then withdrew the specific release date and then said February 2019 was the official release date.
So to be clear, Microsoft or Xbox tweeted, hey, February 22nd, deleted the tweet, and then said it's actually just February 2019.
Correct.
Okay.
Wrong.
No, that's
that is right.
That's what happened.
But I do think that means that Tim is right. Then it was February 22nd then.
Okay.
No, but my point was the release date before today was February 2019.
No.
Yes, it was.
Well, no, hold on, time out.
Microsoft said it was 20.
Then they repealed that and said February 2019.
I'm done.
Is what she's saying, which is
Oh.
what you're saying too.
Yeah,
You're on the same
okay.
page. You're saying the same thing.
But that means I'm right. By default.
DJ Kento says we win. You and me, Brett.
No, but this is
I can't see him
this
blind.
is
Now
what
I
I'm
need my
you
saying
and me,
though,
Britt.
is
It's
that
you and
we're
me.
talking around each other.
Anyways, moving on. They revealed Wrecking Zone.
the people.
Yes, for
Wrecking Zone
are we
multiplayer.
finally talking about more Crackdown?
Two teams,
Jesus Christ.
fully destructible arenas. They showed a lot of play of that. That is Simon. That was good for you.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I only want to play single player Crackdown, but I'm happy for
So that
everybody
new
else.
mode did not blow your skirt up.
My skirt is still straight, but I'm excited in general for Crackdown and that they finally have a release date, and I hope to God they stick to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
that'd, be,
see.
that'd be cool.
They talked about, yes, as we already mentioned, the Azure servers, meaning that the cloud makes the experience the same on any Xbox you're using, doesn't matter which kind. And then right now, it's free to download Crackdown in the Microsoft Store starting today. Phil Spencer came out next. Steimer said he has a nice jacket.
He did.
He revealed that Hellblade is coming to Games Pass on December 17th.
And she had a physical copy in her hands.
Right. Is this where you said you wouldn't want to go to dinner with her? No, this is later on.
No, I think that is what I said I would.
No, I was with Jeff Rubenstein.
Oh,
It was
you're
Jeff
right, you're
Rubenstein.
right, you're right.
Then Kingdom Hearts 3 was brought out. I have the bullet point. Who the fuck knows? I don't know what I watched. Why this matters?
Tim
Give me a
said a lot.
second. Give me a second. Here's my thing with Kingdom Hearts 3. It's such fucking bullshit because behind Smash Bros, there's only one franchise that can bring the hype, and it's Kingdom Hearts. They have the ability to make the greatest trailers of all time. We just saw it with Smash Brothers. They had the worst direct I've ever fucking seen. That's not true. That's
Sure.
so not true.
I feel you. I feel you.
Hyperbole!
I
It
got
was
you. I
the
got you.
worst Smash Brothers direct of all time,
There
and that
you
is a
go.
fair statement.
Yes.
But they ended it with the World of Light trailer
Wow.
Yeah.
that was hype as fuck.
I love you, Tim.
And you look at Kingdom Hearts and you're like, yo, you have the ability to do that. And yet they continue to create and release the worst paced trailers, the least interesting things you could possibly put out there to create hype. And I don't understand why. People are going to buy it.
Sure.
People are going to love it. It honestly doesn't matter how good that game is. It's going to fucking sell. And people are going to be like
Right.
down for it and fight for it. We're
You are.
better than that. We deserve more than that. And also we deserve more than that from marketing, I believe. Kingdom Hearts deserves better marketing.
Yes, 100%. It's really frustrating that I don't want to like make fun of their trailers every time they come out because I know that fandom is real and that community loves this franchise. I just don't genuinely understand who is making these decisions about these marketing tactics. Like what is this about? And I still have yet to have anybody explain it to me other than like LOL Japan. I'm like, that's not a reason though.
Sure.
Like somebody told me previously when I was talking about this that obviously Square Enix spent a lot of money getting this specific voice artist who is gigantic in Japan to do this song for Kingdom Hearts 3. So they want to
Hikaru,
right. So
who's
they want
amazing.
So they want to milk that for all that money is worth. Don't blame them
But
at
this
all.
isn't the theme song though.
Right, but like they keep using the same section of the
That's
song.
not even the fucking theme song.
for everything.
Give us the theme song.
And that's not even the thing that I have the most grievance with. I kept saying during the presentation today, it's awkward and weird that they're pulling the VO track off of the gameplay and not including any of the game sound at all. Any of the other game design.
So it's just action happening, but in words over it, but there's no sound
It's
of the
the
action.
song and the VO track only. There's none of the other game audio, and I don't understand why that's the choice that they're
It's
making.
problematic. It's a huge issue, and it's the reason that Kingdom Hearts will never transcend over to the other side of people that don't know.
Source Z, don't tell me that that's a thing that they do in Japan and that's how they do trailers when
Yeah.
this is clearly a presentation designed for a North American audience.
We just watched
That's okay.
a
That's
Microsoft XO 2018
In Mexico!
event in Mexico. Like, that's not an excuse, man.
like
it's not.
GT have fun with that excuse.
It's bullshit.
A TGS trailer like that? Okay, I believe you.
No, even
but
then,
if you're
fuck that.
designing a
It's
trailer for
2018.
XO18, like
You guys want something speaking directly to the Western audience. I
Brett has
understand.
something to say.
No, it's more than that.
My
I want
apologies.
something
I
to
don't know
any
what to say.
audience.
All I want to get is
I mean,
clarification.
there's a young boy in the chat that John T. Drake who says that song is giant in Japan for what it's worth, like charting hit.
Yeah, the
Like
song
glitter on my
is cool,
teeth.
great.
Where'd that come
That's
from?
how they market anime. That's how they market a lot of things. This is a video game. This is a video game.
Yeah.
This is a sequel
didn't
to
do
a
anything
game
for
that
me.
came
I hear.
out in
Assert yourself.
2005.
I am. So what I want to get clarification on. I'm drunk. What were the two series that you said can create the most hype through trailers? What,
Kingdom Hearts and Smash Brothers.
what about Pokemon?
Yeah, and Pokemon's also proven it can't do it.
Bunch of
Okay.
fucking woodland creatures in a ball. Nobody cares.
Pokemon trailers
Wow.
are never hype,
Whoa.
ever.
You don't
It's
think so?
always, here, we're introducing a new Pokemon, and then people get excited about that. But then it's like, here's a mechanic, here's a mechanic, here's a mechanic, and that's it.
You're not wrong, but what I would say is all the Kingdom Hearts trailers I've seen have never got me tight and twisted in the panties.
Oh no, but what he's
Sorry.
saying is they could.
They could.
He's saying they could
they
create
could,
the
but
most.
they never have.
Yeah. Oh no,
And
100%.
Smash does. That's what I'm saying. Is Kingdom
okay.
Hearts deserves the same level.
Deserve,
and
Oh, I
they
see
deserve
what
the
you're saying.
panty twisting. They are not getting it.
Okay.
The easiest way to put this is, and this is something that's universal for everyone, is that on paper, my friend Poe should see this and be like, holy shit, here's
Poe.
$60.
100%.
He loves
Poe.
Disney, right? His whole family
Yep.
is Disney crazy.
Sure.
They're all a bunch of weirdos. This should be an easy instant sell for him. He has no idea what Kingdom Hearts is because these trailers are not speaking to him.
Hashtag
That's
twist
not
our
bad.
panties.
Nobody
And
knows.
So
you
they're,
look at
they're not
Smash Brothers.
utilizing their
Kingdom
potential,
Hearts.
is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly,
You look at
exactly,
Smash
exactly.
Bros. And you see the way that they do the crossover.
Yeah.
There's nothing that
Kingdom
sells
Hearts
more to a
ball.
mainstream audience than a crossover.
Right.
And when you look at Kingdom Hearts, it's Disney. Everyone knows Disney. Everyone knows Mickey. Everyone knows Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
knows these things. And then it's like, oh, Tangled. Not everyone knows. Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. Not
Okay.
everyone
I
knows.
misunderstood the point you're trying to make, but now
Is
I got
that
you.
There's so much potential, and then they put out this, honestly, garbage.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
no.
when I get upset about it. I'm like,
Being honest, boy.
dude, what are you guys doing here? Like, you could have made something. I could have edited a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 that got everyone at this table hyped. I know
Please
that.
do.
Actually, you know what?
Do it.
Do that.
Do that.
Do
I know we're planning a press
it.
conference of
Do
our own. We're
it.
kind of
We don't have
drowning
time
in
for
work,
that
but that'd be
shit.
awesome. Do it. Up next
next?
was Final Fantasy. They announced that backwards compatibility is coming next week to, I believe I got this right, 7, 9, 10, 10, 2, and
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus World of
Awesome.
Final Fantasy Maxima is next
Yeah.
year.
Yep. The complete edition of the game that was released on the Vita
Okay.
a couple years ago. They announced it
R.I.P.
at the same time they announced
Rip.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Gotcha. Then they started rolling out a whole bunch of new Game Pass games that are going to be added over the next while, months and stuff.
How many were there?
Eesh, I forgot. I didn't write
14?
that down. A lot. Yeah, 16, 14, something like that. We can start. I have them all, so we can
Okay,
count them.
okay.
Britt, you're in charge of counting.
What am I doing?
Ori,
Okay.
Ori 2, and then Thief of Thieves, which is out today and based on a Robert Kirkman comic that I am not aware of, and I'm very excited to go home and play.
Congrats.
Oh,
Next,
that's right. It's out today, right?
yeah, right as soon as you get home. Sea of Thieves. Okay, well, this is no longer Game Pass stuff. This is where it's gonna get interesting.
Sorry,
Can you
go back a second.
Yeah, sorry.
You talking about Ori?
Yeah.
We didn't get a release date.
No. Yeah.
No.
No release date.
That's very upsetting.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, when we critique these press conferences, we're looking at them as a whole, and like we're trying to talk about them of what they could have actually done better and what they did wrong. And I think that not announcing a release date but still talking about Ori 2 is a misstep.
To be fair,
Releasing
they barely
Ori
talked
1,
about Ori 2.
I understand that, but
It's true.
giving Game Pass for Xbox One,
I understand that you
for
understand.
Ori 1, that's great. But like when you look at this entire conference as a whole, what did they announce? And for them to bring up Ori,
I think
and
Greg has notes on
not
this.
give a release date,
We're working on it. We're getting there.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like it's a real problem, and like I do think.
I mean, like that's honestly, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I think they walk the fine line of what do we announce here and what do we announce at Game Awards, and still have that beat there too.
What
I
they
wouldn't
did-
be surprised if Ori 2 gets a release date at Game Awards.
what they did here to me is if PlayStation did a PSX this year. Hey, we don't have anything.
Hey, we
to
don't have the
announce,
big stuff. We don't have something
but
huge to
we're
go
gonna
with.
do it anyways.
Gotcha.
This-
And
Gotcha.
people would have been fucking
No, you're
mad about that.
right. If PlayStation had done something of this caliber, as far as not talking production, talking purely on the announcements,
Caliber of announcements, yeah.
it would have been a gigantic disappointment based off the bar that they set for themselves previously. And I'm with you guys that Xbox had an opportunity here to kind of take the reins and say, clearly PlayStation's taking an off-cycle year. Their first-party franchises have already had a stellar year so far, and the ones that are upcoming, they're not ready to talk about yet. This is your window between amazing exclusives that already came out and amazing exclusives that are yet to come out to be like, we're here too. Look at what we've got going on. And they kind of whiffed it a little bit.
They're like, we're here too.
That's it.
Yeah,
And they
here we
stop
are.
talking.
Up
That's
next
all
was
I
Sea of
can
Thieves.
do yet.
Yes.
Sea of Thieves was up next. They announced The Arena, a competitive mode coming in 2019. They also
Okay.
said it was the fastest new selling IP based on sales for Xbox this year.
Not based on Game Pass, because we clarified that at some point.
Yeah,
Yes?
exactly.
That's
yeah.
important
Yeah.
because
No, it is important.
It was a big criticism that we did, on Games Daily earlier this year about like, oh, well, the sales are only based on Games Pass. So it is something to be noted that they did a lot of actual retail sales, which is something that I don't think any of us would have predicted.
Cool.
Right?
Jump Force was up
Yeah.
next. It had a little thing.
And they only sold. Wow.
only showed-
Thank you. They only showed Dragon Ball characters, which was interesting.
Bullshit.
Right.
Totally. Gooner2 in the chat says.
I hate Gouda too.
Gooner.
Aw.
Oh,
I
sorry.
like Gouda.
Gooner2 says.
Gouda,
They're obviously announcing
Cheese.
Xbox 2, whatever that will be, next year, because all they have new next year is Ori 2. And real talk, I almost believe it. When you look at what they just did, what they just showed us of where we're going, where we're building, I would not be surprised to see a next gen console announcement from them of what they're building towards in anywhere between March and August.
You don't think Gears
I don't think
5
it's
is coming
E3.
holiday next year?
Whether or not it does, I think it'll be on both consoles.
Agreed.
Anyways, Jump Force is coming February 15th.
Horrible showing.
Yeah.
It was
No bueno.
bad.
God.
Why would you do that? Cool.
Spicy.
You show gameplay, but you're also showing cinematics, but you don't announce a new character. Dumb.
The Jump
Waste of
Force thing
space.
was
A little bit weird.
was a waste of time for sure. It's like, why are you
Well, the
showing
appeal-
anything
yeah.
unless it's going to be new announcements?
Yeah. Don't just show two characters we already knew were in the game fighting.
Right.
No.
The
What was
appeal
that
is
guy,
all
Lizard
the other
something?
franchises interacting. Huh?
What was the guy?
Frieza?
Frieza.
Lord Frieza.
Lizard Frieza.
Spawn on Me says Jump Force is a hard game to show. I disagree.
We love you.
I totally disagree. I think it's a very easy game to show to an audience that really cares. It's similar to Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, the trailer they showed today, is going to have more views than anything else in this entire showing. That's where it comes down. That audience gives a fuck. They're going to watch, they're going to rewatch, they're going to share with their friends. It is what it is. I think Jump Force is similar. And they could have hooked them with something new instead of just
A
showing.
new character announcement
Hey,
would have been huge.
Dragon Ball Fighters is a game and it's fucking great and people love it. Show us something new. Give us new anime characters. Give us some like crazy reveal that makes us go, oh shit. And they didn't do that.
No.
State of Decay 2 is next. There's a November update coming on the 16th called Zed Hunter. It's going to give you new weapons, new gears, and new ways to play. Yay.
Yay.
Cool.
Crossbow.
Story, bro.
Crossbow.
A crossbow and bug fixes.
Then we had a Just Cause 4 demo. Kevin likes Just Cause 4. He played it.
Tornado.
That
You're
game-
going through like Twister.
Yeah.
Legit, that game looks really great. I don't know why that game was in this press briefing, media briefing, showcase, whatever you want to call it. It was kind of like a what? Because they didn't show anything that they haven't already showed.
I
Again,
feel like that was one of the highlights of this conference because I think that they showed a game that looks cool and is doing a lot of things that people want, and
Right.
a lot of people weren't thinking about it.
well, also performance-wise, I know Xbox continually touts we're the best place to play games because that's their prerogative, of course. But there are several third-party games that do look and play better on Xbox, which technically Xbox can't say, right? We have to go to somebody like Digital Foundry to get like an
Gotcha.
unbiased
Yeah.
opinion about like, let's actually compare them side by side because Xbox is never going to compare them side by side, right? But from my own personal experience, I have noticed that there is a little bit of a performance boost. And I think that's non-controversial to say that the actual technology that's inside the Xbox One X is better than the technology inside the PS4 Pro. But when it comes down to the finite minutia of like the details of what's better and what's not is up for, personal discretion.
I don't know about that.
You don't?
when you talk about the technical side of it, it's like name an example where PS4 beats out Xbox on a game that's on both. Like Xbox does it better, whether it is 1080 performance or 4K performance.
Well, when it comes down to like raw data, I can't say if you're correct or not. When it comes down to what's visible by the naked eye, I think that's purely. Summer has to go.
Summer was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" I can't go. That's fine.
She's like, I just
Don't
gotta
be
go.
arguing when you come back.
I just gotta go. When it comes down to what's visible by the naked eye, like I think that's definitely up for discussion, right? Like if you put an Xbox One X and a PS4 Pro on the same TV side by side and look at the performance, I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to discern the difference in most games. Certain games,
I challenge
yes.
that. I don't think that's
Certain
accurate.
games, yes. Most games, no.
Everybody talks about Red Dead, right? Being
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
Yeah.
that was the example I was going to bring up. Is I finished Red Dead just a few days ago,
In
and
the record, I said most games, not certain games.
Oh no,
I
no,
agree
this
with
wasn't.
you.
This
Yeah.
no, this wasn't me
Yeah.
trying to attack. I was just saying.
100%.
Any game that Xbox is claiming is better on PS4, I bet you anybody, and anybody's always like that's a bad word to use.
Sony?
The majority of people
Right.
by
You can hear it.
far will be able to look at it and be like, "Hey, it's better on Xbox."
No,
than
and that's
PS4.
fair. I just am not comfortable making that claim because I don't have the technical knowledge to make that claim myself. I will say what's tough about it is that Xbox has only put up Forza as a technical prowess as a first party, whereas PlayStation has put up Horizon Zero Dawn, which to this date is the best looking video game I've ever seen on console. And I feel comfortable saying that.
Over God of War.
Yes. I think the
Wait, over
Gorilla
Red Dead?
had a better handle on the hardware than Sony Santa Monica did, which is wild to think about. But that game is that
I disagree
it's okay. You can
because
disagree.
of facial animations. Horizon really dropped the ball when it comes to cutscenes and when it
Wow,
comes to the
disagree.
characters. Are you kidding me?
Oh, for
PS4
sure.
Pro on a
The-
4K TV, you think
Dude, the amount
Horizon
of-
dropped the ball?
The amount of times you see characters talking and like the characters looking over here when they're talking to this,
That never happened to me.
bullshit.
I'm not bullshitting you. Also, for a half a second, think about the scope of Horizon versus the scope of God of War. This is a
doesn't matter.
conversation
We're
for
talking about
another
the best
time.
looking
Let's
game.
sidebar this conversation. My point is that both of these consoles have a lot of power, and there's no denying that the Xbox One X is technically more powerful than the PS4 Pro. Like, I don't think anyone's going to deny
They got the
that.
flops.
Oh,
we
the
know
flops,
that.
Sarah
They got the
flops.
flops.
What I'm disappointed
use
We're
the
talking about Brit anytime. Let's get
what
out
I'm
of here.
disappointed as is that they haven't yet given a game that's going to demonstrate why they
Fair.
are
And
definitively
I
That's
agree,
fair.
powerful.
and that's what I was saying.
That's my
First party
point.
games don't count because Sony wins. We know everyone at this table understands, knows, believes that.
Yes.
And I would argue that a lot of PS4 first party games look as good, if not better than a lot of games running on Xbox One X because the art style and because of the focus put into what they're trying to create. But when it comes to third party games, which is really what we're talking about when it comes to Xbox One X. They look better on Xbox One X than they do on PS4. And that's what I'm talking about. Is like the games that are one for one where you can actually compare.
Yeah.
They're better there. And like I feel like that is definitive.
Next was more Xbox Game Pass games. Kingdom 2 Crowns, Aftercharge, and Supermarket Shriek will be coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Goat. That's where that GIF came from.
Yes, everyone's tongue hanging out of their mouth is from the Supermarket Shriek reaction. Aftercharge, we played for a party that still isn't live. Fun game. Looking forward to it over there. Yeah, 3v3. Supermarket Shriek looks like you're in the cart with a goat and a man, and you got to drive it around. All right, cool. And
It's like every grocery store.
And it spawned the internet's greatest GIF of the three of us.
It did.
If you didn't see this earlier, and I think it's probably still going when you're watching this, Xbox has an Xbox Giving program. You can help give the joy of gaming. Take a photo that shows what gaming together means to you. Share it on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag #GiveWithXbox. For every hashtag Xbox, we'll donate $5 in Xbox products up to 1 million to 4 charities. So that's a cool thing.
That's amazing.
You can go over to @Xbox on Twitter to find more about that.
Sorry,
Devil May Cry 5 popped up.
Yep.
No.
They talked for a long time about it, showed some
They
stuff.
did, and honestly, this is me being very critical. I thought that was a disappointing showing. It's like this.
You're
is
a huge
game-
Devil May Cry fan.
You're right, I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan. I cannot wait for 5. I even enjoyed DMC, and I love that this is a return to form from the original series with the original creators and their vision and all that. Like I am in. This isn't how you show that. This is a very, very
I feel
Japanese way.
With
and
all due respect,
think that's a
I feel
problem.
like the presentation they gave was very much like an early pitch of what this was going to be. Hey, we're gonna do a bunch of longer demos. It's gonna be slower. You can okay, cool. We'll film a thing and talk about it. And then like they get there like, no, you're just showing trailers. We look weird just sitting here talking about this.
It was disappointing that they didn't show anything new that hadn't been seen before. It's like, why are we talking about this game if you're not going to even show even like a little bit of gameplay that's different than what's already been out there? I was just hoping for more. I definitely am very excited and hyped for DMC because
too.
I thought it was great. Like as I mentioned while we were live, during TGS, I got to play it, and I never thought that I would be excited about Devil May Cry, but I'm excited to play this game.
My thing with this showing is I disagree with you in that it was a early thing of they thought that it was going to be this and it ended up being that. I think
I'm just
this
saying
is-
how it's felt. I don't know if that's really what it was.
I think it was Xbox trying to own Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I think
what
it's like
all
we're
it
going
is.
to talk about it longer than anyone else.
Sure.
And it's ours. We want the market understanding to be this game's associated with us. And I don't think that it did a good job of that. I think that it was very old school. And it's like this isn't 2013. Like this isn't when Final Fantasy came to Xbox for the first time. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like thank you. Devil May
You look
Cry
thirsty, Tim.
is
Let me help you
is
out.
a franchise that has existed for a very long time and has been on Xbox for a very long time.
Up next was Minecraft, and I really think this is where we went off the rails.
Oh yeah,
dude.
we
Because
were not paying
Minecraft,
attention
I
to
don't
most
know
of
what
just
they
happened.
said, and they talked for a long time, and then they showed a trailer that everybody argued about if it was who's it for. It's not for hardcore Minecraft people. It's not for casual Minecraft. And then that was it was
And
over.
then it was over. We
It
were
was
like,
over.
what did they say?
Next up was the more new Game Pass games: Mutant Year Zero, Pathological, Secret
Yep.
Neighbor, and The Good Life. All coming there. Good Life being the dog and cat game. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also a really good song from Nashville.
And
No,
from
Life
Kanye
Is
West.
Good. That was that one.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Kanye
song,
West
actually.
has good luck.
Then I have a bunch of bullet points under stuff question mark.
Oh no.
Bomber Face, something, Minion Master, Daisy, Warhammer, Moonlighter. I think they were just talking about
Hold
different
on.
games that are happening.
Real quick in the chat, someone
Yes.
saying, and it passed me, so I don't know your name. Someone said that The Good Life, they showed the entirely wrong gameplay for that game.
Really?
Really?
Next Gen System says for the Good Life, they didn't show the correct game image, showed the entirely wrong game.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh,
Which
no
game
shit.
did they show?
Okay.
Because they
Google.
definitely showed dogs and cats. And they
Right.
were talking about dogs and cats. So what did they show?
No, I don't know. Well,
Okay.
I'll keep my eye on the chat as we go. Then Fortnite came out. It was a real quick video. They're doing mouse and keyboard support on Wednesday.
Hold on. Before you just gloss over that, I think the important thing to remember is I'm so glad they addressed it at its face, that they're adding mouse and keyboard support on console and making sure that people who are playing with mouse and keyboard are going to be match made against other
Thank
people
you.
who are playing against mouse and keyboard, because of course that is going to be a giant concern
But
for
that doesn't
console
make any
players.
sense.
Because
What do you mean, Kevin?
What if I'm playing with Joey and she's playing with mouse and keyboard, but I'm playing with controllers and
You won't play.
And
you
he's
are
playing-
you are able to select who you're going to be matchmade against.
They're giving you the option because
Yes.
before it was just if you're playing on Switch and Xbox, you're now pooled with Switch and Xbox.
Right, because you're all on console together.
But they announced now that if you're playing
But now
with mouse
they're
and
giving
keyboard
you the
on
option
Xbox, it's
to
separate.
choose. Which is important because obviously if you're playing a mouse and keyboard, as much as I hate to say it, it's a superior way of playing a shooter.
It is.
It is.
It's not fun though.
It's not fun at all. No. It's like you're working. Nobody wants to
Yeah.
work. You know what I mean?
100%.
Razer, though, is the exclusive partner for Xbox keyboards and
Yes.
mouse. Congratulations. Then they showed some Metro
They showed
stuff.
a bunch of like mechanical keyboard shit, which I was into, but yeah.
It's time for
Yeah,
the
a lot
like,
of people in the
switches.
chat giving me
Show me
shit
those
saying
switches.
that Razer was the definitive way for like playing games on mouse and keyboard. Tell me different. Like, what's your answer there?
I don't have a Razer. I have a KBT Race that I custom.
But Corsair is also a
but
very
yeah.
popular mouse and keyboard.
Also, Comp USA sells all sorts of great
Huge. Yeah,
things.
that's huge.
Metro Exodus came out though. They revealed the Spartans Collector Edition. It has edition. It has a statue, dog tag. It's a special edition. You know what you're getting into. Then Chris Charlotte came out. Talked about a whole bunch of ID at Xbox stuff like After Party, Ooblets, Tunic. All games we're into. We're all excited about it. I can't wait for After Party.
Can Ooblets just come out already?
And
Agreed.
Tunic come out.
Also,
wait,
good.
yeah, forever.
Little Fox.
Probably the most exciting part of Chris Charlotte's thing, though, was Winter of Arcade is back. They're doing a Winter of
Yes.
Arcade event. You'll hear about it at Game Awards. If you don't remember, Summer of Arcade,
Summer
Winter of
Arcade, Winter
Arcade used to be
Arcade.
these great bundles
Best
of
indie games.
Hey, we've curated. Here are some great indie games. We're putting them out at deals. Let's talk about it.
A lot of Geometry Wars came out in those.
Hey, bro, there's a lot of Fernet in this
Whoa.
class.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Thanks, Andrea.
When we get to Matt Booty, you have to drink it.
What?
Forza, or Forza, depending on where you are, was next. And guess what? Cars are in it.
They sure are.
Yeah.
Then they talked about more Game Pass games that are coming. Agents of Mayhem, MXGP3, and then
Yep,
Thomas was
Racer.
alone. Mike Bithell.
Thomas
what up?
is
Shout
One
out.
was the last one that they announced.
Such an amazing game.
The chat feels pretty underwhelmed by the Game Pass announcement.
We'll get there. All right.
I don't know
Wait,
what that
what?
means.
What is it?
So you're saying right now the chat is underwhelmed by all the Game Pass stuff we did?
Overall.
I here's my thing, I guess, is that I came in with such not low expectations, but my expectations were set to this.
Yes.
Where I was like, man, this
They
was
set
a
them
fun
appropriately.
this was a fun Xbox community event. The community seemed into it. It was awesome to see Jeff and Major Nelson and all these other guys that I guess are from like Xbox UK, maybe I assume, all together doing something, talking to people. Like I was like, oh, this is a fun thing, and I felt like they set expectations correctly. I'm not leaving here being like, well, I guess actually I am. It accomplishes things. I'm going home tonight and being like, oh, Thief of Thieves, let's download you. Let's get in there.
Yeah.
I have Game Pass. Let's use it.
Yeah, I dispagree. I feel like they promised something a little higher than this.
I
Major
did
Nelson's
not
tweet
see. I
got
did
me.
not see the Major Nelson tweet
And it
of
was
like.
more than that, though. It
Yeah?
was more than that. It was the last month of like how much they've talked about and how different this was going to be than the other XO events. And I'm not saying that they were saying this is going to be E3. Like I didn't expect that. I did expect more than what we got, and I'm especially upset that we didn't get what I wanted at all, given the production value of what this was.
What was it
This
you wanted again?
I almost expected it to be, hey, we're sitting at a desk talking the whole time, and oh, hey, here's one really hype announcement. Cool. Instead, we got, oh, here's a lot of production value and no real announcements of consequence.
Yeah, but that Major Nelson used car salesman video was so
That was
That's
the
where it's Black Friday deals,
greatest
yeah,
part of the
That's
entire
amazing.
conference.
No, I agree with you, Tim.
Thank
I
you.
wanted a hype moment. Obviously we were gonna get Halo. We weren't gonna get Playground's second Studios game because they said that we're not doing that. But like Gears would have been great.
I was never expecting them to have that moment. Maybe that's why I'm like, yeah, that was fine. That was all good. That was
Then
like
why would they
exactly
hype
what I was
this as
expecting.
something different? Like, why go out of your way to be
Especially,
like,
again,
yo,
a year.
this
PSX
is something
isn't a
you should
thing.
watch?
Or
Yeah.
why spend the
the marketing
money?
person.
Because putting on these events are not cheap.
Because if it was
You
just
know?
an inside Xbox, them sitting at a desk, I would have get it. It would have been like, okay,
Right, but
cool,
they had
it
a
is.
stage, right?
They had a stage.
And
they had
we're
a-
like,
they had a
okay.
jib.
Yeah,
They had
primary
multiple
video.
people there in Mexico City. It's like, it wasn't just a couple guys at a desk.
No?
Then
wasn't.
yes, it was the Black Friday deals video. Major Nelson being funny,
Which
whole
was
bunch of
amazing.
stuff.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
great. That was the best
Amazing.
part of this
And
whole
then
thing.
Matt Booty came out to
Matt
stage to talk about the
Booty.
13 studios that are exclusive to Xbox now. He, of course, recapped the E3 announcements of Playground Initiative, Undead Labs, Compulsion, and Ninja Theory, but then announced 2 new studios, In Exile, who are known for RPGs apparently, and then Obsidian, who are also known for RPGs.
I like that he was like, I don't have a checklist of genres, and I was like, maybe you should.
The big
They
problem
just-
with this is it's like, for me, it's half a get hype moment of, look, Xbox is gearing up. They're trying to build a
100%.
foundation for next gen.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
at what we're building.
Yes.
But then on the other side, I'm like, but you still don't have a Naughty Dog. And
Not
that's my
yet.
biggest problem with this is like you're acquiring all these people, and that's great.
I think Ninja
But-
Theory has the potential to grow into a Naughty Dog.
I think the initiative could easily be not easily.
But initiative's
but
not
it
a
could be
thing yet.
awesome.
Really.
I know.
Well, they're building it right
So
now,
when you
right?
say you don't have
I
a
know.
Naughty Dog, like what specifically do you mean by that?
I mean, let me take it
a
down
bona
couple
fide
steps.
hit
They
every
don't
single
have a
time.
single-
Well,
Yeah.
343.
Sony
like,
Santa Monica.
then.
They don't have like
No.
these
No.
like
You don't think Halo?
companies
No.
that are going to make these like games that are
Like
guaranteed hits.
defining.
Right? You look back at it. and
Like
they
a
have
game of the
rare.
year
Yes.
hit every time they put
Yes.
a game out.
Exactly.
Well, I mean but that all comes down to watering the seed and watching it grow into the great Deku tree, right? Of the idea that it's not like I always look back at Gorilla, right? And Gorilla's awesome and amazing, and I've known for years that they're all really talented and awesome. They had the yoke of Killzone on them for so long that
Yeah.
turned them off to so many people that eventually they get to go make Horizon.
And that's
right?
why
Yeah.
this is exciting to me. It's like they're building the foundation. Look, we have all these companies, and maybe they might be the next Horizon. But I feel like Xbox needs more than that. It needs something. It needs a title. Like, because Halo and Gears, I'm sorry, they're not it. Halo and
It
Gears
needs more
are,
Viva Pinata.
are
That was missing from this conference.
they
obviously.
need something that is like, oh shit. I'm excited for Xbox in a way
Mm.
that people haven't been in a single player way.
If they could reboot Halo the way that PlayStation rebooted God of War,
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Sure,
like,
that'd be
I
awesome.
think that
That'd
would be
awesome.
very
Yep.
exciting.
Oh, shit.
Oh
balls.
shit, girl! Well, why didn't you?
Why
take
didn't
that?
you just drink it?
Yes.
Here's a-
He's like, Kevin, listen. If we're,
Maybe
Tim,
he's
I
getting
love you.
pizza,
I'm
or
not
he's
gonna
getting
throw you
murdered
under
by the
bus,
pizza
so I'm
guy.
throwing you under the bus. I asked for half a shot. You gave me a whole shot.
Yeah, but you could have just drank it.
Would you want to have had a
Okay,
full
listen.
shot?
Xmoda says they need an 8-hour campaign only game. Yes, they do. Honestly, they fucking do. They need something that is so, hey, this is worth $60. This is worth buying a game for the 8 hours. This is worth $360, whatever it is,
I see
to
pizza.
buy
Our
the console,
savior is
buy
here.
the game, play the game, love the game, tell your
I mean,
friends.
you can. Yeah,
need to
we're
do
getting
this.
ready to wrap up here in a little bit, Kev. If you want to toss it down here, we Britt also spilled her shot. over
sorry.
here. Yeah.
We
I
just
gave her-
need some napkins or paper towels.
I guess this is maybe this is
Perfect.
why my lens of it was set. I didn't see some of the stuff hyping it up being crazy, right?
Right.
But on top of that, I still, you said, you compared it to this being their Wii U, right? But then kind of dialed it back and tried to rein it in. For me, it's the same thing I've been saying forever on all the shows, is that Xbox continues to build this foundation that when they are ready, in these 13 studios or 5 of them or whatever, are ready for, hey, here we go.
Finally firing on all cylinders.
It's going to be, guess what? Game Pass and backwards compatibility and fucking streaming. Kevin and I were talking about this yesterday when I was in the back playing Assassin's Creed of like, man, what about the future though? When it is just Kevin gets to pop open his phone and we get to play it on it will be game changer if that all works the way they said. And if it all works the way they say it's going to work and they have this stuff, great. But this is where my expectations were set. I had a fun day today.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah. Nothing blew my skirt up, as Andrea would say.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything to blow my skirt up, which is why I wore a skirt.
My problem is
But
I'm all
you,
about the hype.
you got your Crackdown 3 hype moment.
I got my Crackdown, which is all I wanted.
Commercial was so good.
I love
The
Terry
commercial
Crews.
was great. The
Terry
games were
Crews was
bad.
the highlight of this
Amazing.
show.
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
say that
What
it
do you
was
think
the
is the
Black Friday.
What do you think is the number one biggest news item out of this show?
Probably that Matt Booty song I made up.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
the
think
Matt
so.
Booty.
I think so. Matt Booty, Matt Booty, Matt Booty.
I don't know.
I mean,
booty,
honestly,
booty,
it's
booty,
all
booty.
the games they're adding to Game Pass, right? I think that would have to be it. Or Obsidian's.
Yeah.
or
I
the-
mean, I think
let me put it this
Obsidian's
way. Let me
purchase.
What
put
if
it
we?
this
Yeah.
way.
What if we?
Obsidian
if,
is now
if that hadn't
part
already been
of their
leaked,
first
right?
party.
Or not
Yeah,
leaked, but-
exactly. If they hadn't,
That's probably it,
That
right?
is the only thing that would make it to Roper Report on Kind of Funny Games Daily. Anything else would be new dates.
you guys still do Rubber Report?
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Girl,
But is that fair?
Games Daily?
I'm working.
Is that fair?
The Game Pass.
I work.
PUBG going to Game Pass, I would have put on there, right? Like, I mean, there's deals of the day for Xbox for the first month.
That's what I'm saying. Deals of the day
I know, I'm just-
and
can I
new
fucking
dates. No, I'm
talk it
telling
through?
you. There's no fucking Roper
Brett,
Report
let's go!
besides Obsidian.
Start the Patreon page.
Oh God! There's pizza. I see the pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, our pizza's here. What did you think of Inside Xbox XO18? Let us know in the comments below, or just tweet at Andrea and she'll tell us all about it. At Andrea Renee. She loves it. Thank you so much for all your time. Ladies, where can people find you?
At patreon.com/whatsgoodgames, at whatsgoodgames.com, youtube.com/whatsgoodgames.
Twitter.com/whatsgood_games, Facebook.com/whatsgoodgames.
so good at this.
Is there just a .com everybody can go to?
Yeah, whatsgoodgames.com.
Tim, where can people find us?
What would you put on Rover's report? I need to fucking
Oh
know.
my god, dude!
Tell me.
Just let it go.
Is
Let
there
it
an
go.
answer?
Well, all the Game Pass games we talked about, I think.
Okay.
That's pretty much
The
that's the main.
Obsidian-
Yeah, Obsidian
the Crackdown
officially.
release
Yeah.
date.
No.
The Crackdown release date.
Crackdown release date,
Crackdown
yeah.
release.
That's new
You want
dates.
That's new dates,
It's new
yeah.
days. That's what I'm saying, baby. Let's go. I don't
Tim, where can
know.
people find us? Help us.
Kindafunny.com.
Jesus Christ, you're
it.
just
It's that
you're
simple.
salty
That's
today.
easy.
No.
You're salty.
Shit.
I liked this. I just
Salty
wanted
Tim,
more.
Salty Timer.
Okay.
Ooh, I like.
I thought it was a great presentation. I
Chat.
wish that they did this every 3 months.
Agreed.
3
everything.
months?
Yeah.
That's too soon.
We don't
No.
need an
They need
Xbox
it.
Direct. We don't need that.
We do.
But
No.
they need it.
This is what Inside Xbox
Sir.
should be always.
The fuck is happening?
It's my glasses case. It's fine.
Kevin, it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.